It's time for the Mindcrack podcast, episode 177. Hello,
It was so
everybody.
right,
and welcome.
Chad.
Was it right?
It was so
I got
right.
so
It was so right.
I made Good stop and restart the recording because I didn't get it right the first time.
We're good.
Now the world is right. Everything is right.
Whenever you were here, Chad,
Yes,
we were just like the kids, like in the Dr. Seuss book when Cat in the Hat came by. We didn't even have topics. We just like couldn't think of anything to talk about. So and I don't even know if we did the intro right. We were just like, it's
You're such a
podcast
dad.
time.
You're like, it's just like the Cat in the Hat book that I just read to my daughter. I'm like, I haven't read Cat in the Hat. I don't even know what you're talking about.
Oh, you know when the
The
cat
cat-
comes by and then thing 1 and thing 2 and I mean, come on, I don't need a daughter to know about Cat in
I'm
the Hat.
just like, I know about Cat in the Hat, but you're like, you're just like the kids when the beginning of the Cat in the Hat, when the cat comes by, and I'm like,
I know who
I don't
Cat
know
in the
this
Hat
situation.
is, but I don't remember the story.
Man,
Right.
see,
But you
I
don't-
read.
You're like a big, huge fan of Dr. Seuss. Aren't
I
you?
am. I
You have
am.
read those books. See, this isn't fair. This isn't. He's lives in his own Dr. Seuss world. This isn't,
I know.
he's projecting.
No,
I- yeah.
I would quote the Sneetches before I had a daughter. So I don't know. I those are good books. Those are books that teach children how the world is going to fuck them in the ass before they even know what their ass is for other than pooping.
Jesus. My God, I didn't realize there was sexual abuse in Dr. Seuss books.
No, well the world is fucking you, and Dr. Seuss is here to let you know. You know, before he wrote kids books, he wrote political comics.
Yeah, cartoons. Yeah.
And he was also an asshole
And his
that cheated on his wife, and she killed herself.
What? I did not. Cody, did you ever hear this?
She got cancer, and he just like fucked off and slept with someone else, and
He was like, "This is not a beautiful mind. I'm gonna fucking leave."
yeah, no, he was a terrible person.
Wow.
But he wrote
Cody's
good
like
books.
my childhood Dr. Seuss memories were just ruined.
No one
I
else
was
was
like,
a fan
oh.
of Dr. Seuss. I was really sad. It was like it's like you know how whenever you find out Bill Cosby's a rapist.
Well,
Yeah.
I was always a little put off by everything Dr. Seuss. I
Really?
didn't like the rhymey stuff. I found it to be kind of, I don't know. There's something about it that it felt like it was going to like it was programming my brain to like launch a nightmare. Is what it feels like. I can't really put my finger on it, but it's just it's sort of it's like a horror movie or something.
Huh. It's like subliminal messages.
Watching the cartoons,
Yeah. Well,
definitely.
no-
The books, not so much, but the
No, no,
cartoons,
the-
oh
the-
hell yeah!
The books, like how does Green Eggs and Ham go? Like
Do you like green eggs and hams? We eat it on a
green
train.
eggs
We
and
eat it in
ham,
the
Sam I
rain.
am.
Yeah, we eat it in the rain.
Right, but
Why
when
am
it
I
gets,
even
like, to the
trying?
rhymes
I have
and
we
stuff,
have the
like-
savant of Dr. Seuss
right,
here.
yeah.
In the end, he eats it. He likes it. That's the whole. There's a good moral to the story. Try stuff. Whenever my daughter's cousin
try
was here one
green
time.
eggs and ham.
But
Yeah,
like,
try
the road,
anything.
The road to get to the
Try rotten
moral
food.
is like
Just-
a stroll through an insane asylum. That's what bugs me. You know, it's like I just feel like I'm gonna end up in a corner. Like
right.
I like green eggs and ham, Sam. I am. You know,
Right.
like,
Okay.
that's-
Okay.
that's
Yeah.
gonna end up being my life.
Okay. I see. But I mean, you have to get a book. You can't just be like, "Hey, listen, try shit." That doesn't work as well. It doesn't stick with the kid. You know.
Oh, I'm not denying the teaching, the educational value. I'm not denying that at all. I was talking personally.
Right. No,
I
I
was
could
put
see
off
where I
by
could
that.
see your point. Yeah, it's like, and it gets crazier as it goes because it flows. Like he's in the box with the fox, and then he's in the car, and then the car gets on the train, and like eventually the train runs off the tracks into the water. Yeah, they're just in the water, and the
And
train
then they
driver's
go-
still
and
just
then they
sitting
go
there
into-
sinking.
into space, and then the fourth dimension, and I mean it just
Yeah.
gets crazier and crazier. Quarks and supernovas. You don't remember that part.
I might have just been kind of like a crazy little kid or something because I feel like there was a lot of stuff like that where I was afraid of sort of like infinite regress. Like certain cartoons bothered me a lot too that would sort of have like this cyclical nature to them.
Uh-huh.
Basically like an infinite loop. Anything like that bothered me a lot.
Huh.
Oh,
Yeah.
like that what's that fucking creepy cartoon? The cat came back?
The cat came back the very next day. We
Oh,
thought he was a goner, but he just wouldn't stay away.
Or yeah, something like that. Yeah. that one had that sort of thing to it of like I feel like this is gonna get in my head like an infection and kill me.
Right.
That was the fucking those were those in betweens that they would do on Nickelodeon, right? Like the same animator had another one with the guy who would beat the egg that's on the little egg little egg cup. He'd hit the egg with a spoon, and then his ceiling would break. He'd keep hitting it, and his ceiling would keep breaking, but he would just keep doing it until he would bust his whole house in on himself, and then it would sort of repeat. Awful.
Huh.
I hate it.
Yeah.
It's like a nightmare. Anyway, don't.
That's funny. Like as a kid, I had a phobia of like weirdly animated things, like that in Dr. Seuss. Okay, my phone is going off. Dr. Seuss is one of them because a lot of the Dr. Seuss things were animated really weird, and any of those like kind of weird like undulating animations, like sometimes Dr. Seuss characters would like go into a world where there's like monsters that like don't have joints and like stuff like that, and oh my god,
the trees were like fuzzballs.
Yeah.
That would be like whoosh whoosh whoosh, like just flapping about.
That scared me a lot. There was also this cartoon about something about like a needle and a bar of soap, and I really barely remember this, but I remember that the animation was just super weird, and there was like this moment where like a kid would like throw a needle at a witch. What the hell is going on?
That's some root beer there.
He'd like throw this needle, and then it would like grow into a needle pile or something, and it was just like the
Dr.
weirdest,
Seuss?
Scariest. No, I don't think it was.
I don't know this
I just remember going to my grandma's house and watching these freaky cartoons.
Those are truffle trees, by the way, Co.
Yeah.
And
I don't give a
Snorlax lives in it or something.
No, the Lorax is the fucking keeper of the world. Jesus Christ. He speaks for the trees, man.
Dude.
Indeed. Indeed.
Oh my god.
You can find out more at r/trees.
Yeah, that's what that subreddit is. You probably can get into some Dr. Seuss. You hang out at our trees for a little while. Oh man. We have a topic this week. I actually have a topic.
Have a topic.
We did it. E3 is coming up here. Well, it'll be in the summer, but it's coming. The sales of the tickets are coming up, and for the first time ever, it's completely open to the public. Last year they did a little test run, had 600 tickets available to the public. This year,
Ever.
Yeah, no, it's always been. It's never been open to the public.
What about back in the day?
It's always been media.
It's always been an
media
industry.
only.
Yep.
Industry.
Mhm.
Industry only.
Yep.
Industry
What did
can
they do
mean
then? So it was media, and then they stopped allowing media.
Last year, last year they
closed
opened
down.
Go ahead.
Sorry, it's always been industry, and then one year they went super low end, they shut almost everything down, and I think the next year they stopped it, and then they came back.
That was right after 9/11.
Yeah,
Like the gaming industry was at like a low point basically because the recession ish.
I thought there was more to it than that. Because I remember there was like the Booth Babes controversy, and then I thought they did something where they just decided, okay, we're not gonna just even let media people anymore. So it's just gonna be industry only. And I thought it was like that for a while.
I didn't know about this.
I'm pretty sure that because I do remember the Booth Babe thing because it kept getting more and more, like it would get ratcheted up every year to where it got to kind of ridiculous levels, like
Well, they don't have booth babes
boxcore
anymore.
porn levels. No, well they banned that. They banned all that stuff.
I see. Well, last year they opened for the first time to just anybody. There was 600 people that were they allowed to come in, and this year it's just wild. And apparently. Well, before tickets for industry was $600. I think is what. And do you remember how much they were, Chad?
Jesus Christ!
yeah, they're incredible. It's like.
Well, this
Didn't
year
you
they're.
guys go
I
last
don't
year?
remember, but
Yeah,
it's
we've
something
gone
like that.
the last 2 years. Chad and I and Sevidus. But Microsoft.
But we didn't pay $600.
no, Microsoft gave us tickets, and then the year before that,
I was media.
I think Broadband gave me a ticket the year before. But last year was Microsoft. And Extra Life always has some extra badges too that they offered.
I've never been. That would be wild.
Well, this year's probably going to suck. I mean, not to sound
Yeah.
like a dick, but the great
I
thing
know.
about E3 is that it's not like PAX where you're overwhelmed
It's
with
not
a
a fan
million
convention.
people.
Yeah. You walk up to someone and you're like, "Hi, my name's Chad," and it doesn't matter what you say; they're going to take you seriously because you're at E3 because you've gotten
Yeah.
past the process.
Right. It's all
Um,
industry, so you're there to talk to the game developers and to that sort of thing. It's not a fan convention, and now it sounds like it is. And the tickets are $150 now too.
Yeah,
that's
I don't
pretty
know.
steep. I don't think there's going to be a ton of fans that are going to pay.
Is that for the whole
$150.
weekend?
Yeah. That's really cool because tickets to PAX are $80 a day.
Oh yeah. I guess maybe they will then.
Yeah. Tickets. This is cheaper than PAX.
Isn't
Yeah.
the 3-day pass cheaper than that though?
I think you're right. Yeah, actually, I guess I haven't bought PAX tickets in a long time. Maybe I'm even completely wrong about PAX tickets, but it's still at least $150 you're going to spend to go to PAX.
Yeah,
I
okay,
think.
maybe they will then. Maybe that's not so steep.
And it's if it's I'm assuming the industry's not going to change what they do there. So like compared to what you get at PAX, it's like a much grander show. You know, there's like the
Yeah.
booths are like insane at E3.
Right, yeah. Like I had no basis for comparison. I didn't even know what it was like there. So I guess this would change what it is. Like what they do.
Yeah,
what they
I'm
choose
kind
to
of
show and stuff.
worried. Like I agree with Good. Like I'm afraid I'm going to sound like a complete dick, but
Yeah, sound like you're like
y-
entitled or something. That's how I feel like I
I'm
sound.
super fucking entitled. The thing is that early you could get it if you were a really dedicated fan. You could get in. I've seen plenty of people like that either found someone that they could kind of glom onto, or they have a blog that really isn't like a big media outlet that they've or that they say they're developing their own game, but they really haven't done anything and they just like bluff their way in. So there was always still kind of a way for fans to get in, but you did have to like kind of lie a bit.
But this is
But-
different because it's actually changing the context of the event.
Right. Exactly. It's like one of the things that I kind of hate about PAX is like I'll walk up to a booth and I'll say, "Man, I really want to talk to someone." And they go, "Oh, well, we're selling T-shirts." Like that's not what I want.
Yeah,
It's like I want
right.
to talk to a developer. I want to talk to your PR person. I want to talk to someone. And they're like, "Oh, they're not here." And that was the greatest thing about E3 is you say, "I want to talk to someone," and you're immediately handed off to a PR person or a representative that can actually help you. And that would just really suck if there's now no longer a resource. Now even at E3 they're like, "Oh well, we'll sell you a T-shirt."
I mean, that's
Well,
gonna have to change.
see-
I imagine there's gonna be a lot of that now. There's gonna be a lot of the booths are
Yeah.
gonna change from just like a PR setup to also a merch setup. I imagine, right? There is gonna
Oh, yeah.
be that now.
Yeah.
I think a lot of these kind of things might be kind of suffering from being old-fashioned anyway.
Yeah,
Because like back in the day they made a lot of sense because that was a way you could get everybody in the industry in one spot and you could do things. But now the internet is pretty much like why should you waste that much money and effort? Because the other thing about these things, like I've been in other industries and I've been to these events and stuff, and I mean you guys know some of the behind the scenes details of like cons, and how much like booths cost and how much of a racket some of these things can really be. Like if you've established yourself, and obviously E3 has, as being like the thing, the industry convention or expo or whatever, then you basically get like free money because
Right.
everybody feels like they have to go to your thing. And
And people will give you like exclusives and stuff. Like we could announce at any time, but I guess we'll announce at E3.
right. But now, I mean, like Nintendo kind of has over the past few years has given E3 the finger.
yeah.
Right.
And they've
Well,
done
last
all
year
their
they
stuff
didn't,
just
though.
online.
Last year,
Yeah, the last year they went. They had a small presence.
no,
was
they
it?
had a ginormous Zelda booth.
Well, they had a full
Yeah,
presence.
but it was only one game.
Yeah, the whole booth was as big as like any of the
What
other
game?
booths. Zelda. They
just
created
Breath
like
of
the
the Wild.
world of Zelda. It's like you could. The line
Right.
was so long. I never actually went in there.
Right.
You had to get in line
So,
like when the
the
show
thing
opened.
that-
And sit there for like 6 hours.
The thing that go ahead.
There is a
Actually,
thing,
you
and
said-
both of you have.
You said the thing. You said the
There's
thing.
so many
before I said
things.
The thing. You're thing one. I'm thing two.
And remember where the Cat in the Hat comes by and the kids are just, what the fuck?
I think you're the cat in the hat in this situation.
Exactly. Here, mine's pretty quick. Is there's still, I think, no matter how much the internet is a presence, there's still people who are going to be influencers, and they're all going to be in one location, and people can create a scenario where it impresses them. And because I've worked with companies like Microsoft or Nintendo or whatever, and they're big enough that they could have a press conference to get all those influencers into one room in 5 different cities. Those huge companies can do that. But medium-sized companies and even some big names like let's say Activision or something like that, they probably don't want to spend the money to get in every city, have some press conference. That's what a convention and E3 would still be really good about, is to get people in the room and play the game.
I've been in a small, like startup type of situation where you're trying to be relevant in the industry, and so you go to those conventions, and you have to have a presence. You want to have a presence so people will come and look at you and whatever. But the thing is that when you're a small company and you're not successful yet, you're not bringing in sales yet, those are very expensive things to do, because you have to send a bunch of employees somewhere, maybe across the country. You have to pay for the booth. You have to get print materials or giveaways or goodies or whatever. You have to bring and set up or buy equipment to demonstrate whatever it is that you are selling.
Yeah, booth
And
setup,
yeah, it's
hotels
super
for
expensive.
everyone. Yeah,
It
flights,
could wipe out a small
travel.
company. So it
Yeah.
makes me wonder how advantageous it is. Maybe it's more advantageous for like the medium companies that are not small, not too huge, somewhere in the middle. Maybe those are the ones that really benefit from it the most.
Right.
But
Right. Like
yeah.
I could see there's plenty of developers or games that I can see that I'm just kind of thinking of the medium-sized booths. Like I think we saw some horror game or something, that I think is really where these conventions shine. But
I'm just saying that it is. I'm not saying that I know what's right or wrong about all this. I'm just saying that it is definitely different today than it was in the 90s, when a lot of this stuff, this was the only way to know about it, was, you worked for Nintendo Power or well, they probably got their stuff straight from Nintendo, but like, I don't know, Next Generation magazine or
Game Informer, yeah,
Game
whatever.
Informer, right? And you had to go to something like E3 to really get the scoop on what was happening, or you had to like go cold call around and try to get scoops from people who work at the companies or something or whatever, when it's not E3, right? So E3 just brought it all into one spot, and that made sense in the days of like when people got information from magazines. But
Yeah.
I just
Nobody
wonder
does
if
now.
it's going to change. I mean, I feel like we have enough of this convention already. We have 17,000 PAXs and so
Right.
on, and you could just, I don't know. I wonder, will Microsoft still and Sony still spend like $750,000 to build this warehouse inside of a convention center at E3, or will they do what they do at PAX now, because now it's another PAX with a different name?
that's why I'm kind of bringing up the question, is because it feels like if they're doing this, if they're making such a significant change that actually changes what their event might actually even be, then they must have a reason for doing so. Like maybe they're struggling, maybe they need another source of income, and that's why they're doing it, or something like that. Because it seems like a dangerous move, based off of the fact that it, like you say, it does potentially change the entire context of the event, which would make it pointless to have when we've already got stuff like PAX and so forth.
Yeah, it's gonna be weird.
Yeah.
Well, tickets
Yeah,
go
I
on sale
agree.
Monday if you want to go.
Yeah, I'm worried that it's yeah. Now I can't. But yeah, we'll see. Only time can tell, and maybe the end of the E3 media blitz is over.
It's crazy how different it is, man. I mean, it used to be you knew that E3 happened in May, and you would look forward to the week or so after E3 when the magazines would come out, and you'd learn, or the month after E3, right? Like there'd be the June volume that would have all the E3 stuff. And today, now we watch it fucking live on the internet. We know everything the instant it happens.
Yeah.
Right.
There's no gap at all. It's just
Right.
as soon as they say it, we know it. We're there.
Which I guess those sort of things will still be not open, like the Microsoft press conference, the Sony press conference, all the press conferences that they do are not even
Press
held
only.
at the they happen before E3. They happen before the convention
Right.
actually
Days
starts.
before. Yeah.
So
It must feel weird though to be in this press only event that's being live streamed to everybody. Like, I can't wait to go out and write about this thing that everybody's already watching while I'm in the audience.
as an industry, yeah.
I could sit at home and watch it live and write about it and get it online faster than being there.
That's true.
Yeah. Well, I think that's why a lot of the video game reporters have gone a lot more mainstream. Like if you look at IGN over the years, it's so effing mainstream. They talk about TV shows, they talk about comics, they talk about all sorts of other stuff, and they
General
also talk about
entertainment,
games. Yeah, general entertainment, because it's really hard to get a scoop anymore, and so you're kind of going for the layman instead of the the enthusiast, because the enthusiast is going to watch the live stream and doesn't need to look at IGN.
Right, yeah. Interesting stuff. Interesting.
It's also just like you're right. Like from a startup point of view, okay, so I could spend, hundreds of thousands of dollars or thousands of dollars at least to go to a convention, or I could spend $60 for Adobe Creative Cloud and edit my own video and put it on YouTube for free and see if I can generate hype, that way, or
Right.
some clever thing that way. And one reaches potentially the entire world through the internet, and the other one reaches whoever decided to go to this convention. And you're just hoping on a lark that you get discovered by someone at the convention.
Nothing sucks more than putting a huge amount of effort in to travel to a fucking convention, set up a booth, and do all this shit, and show stuff to people, and then after all of that, you come away from it and you feel like, did we get our money's worth at all? Was it worth spending a single dollar to do this? Let alone $10,000 or $20,000?
Having bought booths at PAX now, I don't know how people get their money back. Like
Right.
the small game companies, I don't know what if their game is not ready to ship yet. I don't know what they're doing there.
It has to be a loss.
Right.
Has to be. Right? Like
Yeah,
that just goes into the marketing
and is
budget.
it needed, right? Like, I'm not saying it isn't, but it's it's hard to think about, like, well, what are you getting out of that? Networking?
Yeah,
That's, I think,
Right.
what a
Well, I
lot
mean,
of
yeah,
people
you
would
start
say,
using
right?
like words that are basically invisible, like we had presence. We had, I feel like we got a lot of legitimacy
abstract
from this booth.
rewards.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, and to be honest, that's true. There's a lot of games that I probably wouldn't have ever considered as big hitters in the industry, like Evolve, without seeing it take over a huge booth at PAX.
honestly,
Then
Evolve.
You have to wonder if they got their money back.
No, they sure as fuck didn't. That's the funny thing about Evolve.
Right.
If I had just seen the game, if I just played the game, I wouldn't have given it 5 minutes. But their booth
Right.
was so fantastic that I really would look forward to
Right.
playing the
Monster.
game. Yeah.
Yeah,
wonder
they
where
had
that
like $1
monster
million
is today.
sunk into that booth.
That monster probably can't
Some
get work
warehouse.
No, that
Probably in a
monster's
dumpster.
Yeah, probably burned him.
They're gonna repaint it for a different IP later.
now. Oh, yeah.
Um,
That's
but
a
you know,
sad
like,
story,
that's
too,
happened.
Evolve, man.
But like, there's been plenty of times where I see a giant ass booth, and I think, wow, this must be a really popular game, and just my perception of it being a popular game kind of makes it more popular, in my opinion.
There's definitely some indie games I never would have found. Sorry, Kay.
No, go ahead.
That was all. Some indie games I would have found.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say that's the problem with all this is that it's kind of hard to measure.
Right.
You can say like, well, because my first thought was, well, does it matter showing it to the 10 or 20 or 30,000 people attending this thing? But then, well, maybe they're making a video about it and telling their friends about it and you know, but like, you can't really put your finger on like what if this is really necessary or not, especially when you've got things where somebody just stumbled upon gold and it's just like a lightning bolt and they didn't have to do a damn thing, you know, like Minecraft was a Java applet and a web page,
Right.
and that's I think just about all the advertisement that was ever done, apart from like discussion threads. But they weren't advertisements; they were discussion threads in TigSource or wherever it was about, you know, development.
Yeah.
But the idea itself was so powerful that it took off all on its own. Or like you know, the Five Nights at Freddy's guy and his games. I don't think he's ever done any booth stuff, has he? Ever?
Maybe
Or really
recently,
much
but it had already exploded, you know.
Yeah, like it was basically a YouTube trailer, a game on Steam.
Yeah.
Success. You know,
Exactly.
Yeah, I
Some
think
YouTubers
predictable
picked it
stuff.
up.
yeah, I guess the best thing you could do is just make a really good game.
Yeah. Well, and he's a good example because before that he had a lot of stuff that he tried a lot of things that nobody liked. So
Right. Same thing with Notch. It's like there wasn't anything that people were looking at him going, "Oh, can't wait. What's next?" I mean, yeah, I agree. There's some formula that I think is basically you couldn't know what it is. That some things don't need any presence at all. Some things don't need booths. Some things don't need that at all. And I mean, Evolve is a good point. Like, I don't know, it's a double-edged sword because my perception of that game was raised because of the booth, but at the end of the day, I don't
didn't have a game.
It wasn't a great game,
Yeah.
but it could help. Could help a great game that nobody knows about.
Well, they suffered from that whole, I don't even know what to call it, like marketing cynicism, something or other. Like they did some really. The developers weren't really the ones to blame there. The company, I think it was, what was it? I can't remember.
even
The
know who
publisher.
made Evolve. Who the fuck made
Turtle Rock Studios made Evolve. They were the ones who originally made Left 4 Dead before Valve bought that.
Okay.
And so that's why Evolve is also kind of a unique multiplayer, like a unique take on multiplayer. So it's kind of like that was their shtick. But the publisher that they had kind of fucked them because they were trying to sell DLC before the game was even out. That was the game where they had said it's built for DLC. The best handling of DLC of any game ever.
I know.
Which
remember
was
this.
said.
That's great there.
Yeah, it was not well received, and just lots of little fumbles like that in the marketing side of things, and then the game itself didn't really live up strong enough to support all that they had built up.
You know,
And then they put a lot. Sorry, but they put a lot of effort into fixing those things and made the game good, and they made it free to play even before the end. But then, right when things looked like they were going good, apparently the publisher was like, we don't want to do it anymore," and they just killed it.
Oh, it's completely dead.
Yeah, it's gone.
Wow. There's no servers. Oh, wow. So if
I
you
think
bought the
it's-
game,
I think it's just gone. I don't know.
huh? It's like, is it in our Steam library still?
Maybe. I'm just recounting the tale.
Yeah.
I don't have every single detail, maybe correct, but
Well, talking about the gameplay, like the idea of one monster and people going after it, all that. There's that Jason game that's being made, Friday the 13th. I don't know if it's still being made. It was a big deal was made at the last E3.
Yeah,
Yeah, it still exists as far as I
I
know.
don't know.
That's
Yeah,
the
I
same
think
mechanic, though. Like, is that going to
Nah,
fail, you think?
it's not the same mechanic because it's not a shooter for one. Extreme. It's really it sounds similar, but it's extremely different. So I don't think you can judge Friday the 13th off of Evolve.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very
Like, what's
very
that one game
different.
that Paws liked a lot that you also played where there's the one
Dead
monster?
by Daylight.
Yeah, I couldn't get into that either. I don't know. I guess I don't like that kind of gameplay.
yeah, I don't
Uh,
like that type of game
it's
either.
it's hard to get into initially because it's a little bit off-putting at first, and but I think it's a good game. There unfortunately are other things about the game that I think like they really had bad matchmaking problems, and that is sad because if that kills it, it's like it was a fun game. It just needed matchmaking to work. Just make that work.
Right.
But
I
yeah,
think I guess
I
my
mean,
problem with those kind of games is if you're bad, there's like a learning curve, and if you get into it late, you can't. I feel when we played, I felt like Paws had played a billion hours because that's what Paws does. And so he's really good at any of the characters. So if you're the monster and you're trying to learn the monster, Paws is off winning. If you're the player and he's the monster, Paws is off killing you. So it's like I wanted the ability to learn the game, and if you're playing with someone that's played a million hours of it, you don't get that opportunity.
I think it's safe to say that that's not the game's fault. Although it would have been nice if they would have had like a training mode. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm not blaming the game. I guess I'm just blaming that archetype of a game. It's hard. There's no opportunity. It does need like a training mode or something, like an opportunity to learn the game, I guess.
right. Yeah. Then I think that's just. I don't think it's the archetype either. Really, those all three of the games that you've mentioned. So Evolve, Friday 13th, and then Dead by Daylight. They're all actually very different, even though it seems like they would be the same, right? Because you've got the multiplayer of uneven teams. That seems like the genre, but the mechanics of the gameplay in all three of those games are severely different. Like in Evolve, you try to kill the monster, and the monster tries to kill you, and it's much more traditional in its gameplay, other than unbalanced teams. Friday the 13th, the one player tries to kill everybody, and I think the only objective for the other players is to survive. I don't think they can kill Jason.
Hmm.
I think they just have to try to not get killed, which is pretty different. And then in Dead by Daylight is similar-ish probably because they're both horror themed. Like you can't kill the monster, but there are multiple different things that the players can do to try to survive. They can either be killed by the monster or escape. There's multiple exits. There's items they can get and use, and da da da. They're very different, and I don't know.
Yeah.
End of thought.
I hope the Jason game's good. That's what I was sitting here thinking, is because I always loved
I've
the
heard that
Nintendo Jason game, but that was a
I've
bad
heard
game.
that it is.
You've
Oh
heard?
God, the NES one is awful.
Yeah, I loved it though. I played the shit out of that stupid game. It's probably my most rented
Because
game
your
from
name's
Blockbuster.
Jason.
I hated that. I hated that growing up.
Oh boy. Yeah,
But-
that sounds awful.
Yeah.
Do you have any friends named Freddy?
Oh God, that one actually. Now I don't ever remember hearing that, but I'm glad I didn't.
I'm sorry. I made a new one.
Yeah.
This late in the game.
Oh man. Yeah. Do you have any other topics? I guess we don't, do we? We talk about politics.
Politics. Go. So, how do you guys feel about the recent Texas state elections? My local elections. I want to know. What are your thoughts?
I'm sure they went
Um,
really well.
Yeah, I'm sure. I don't. Who follows? Who follows? Not me. I'm looking for questions. For Ask Crack. Maybe we should just move on to that, and then I'll try to find some.
Yeah. Well, I have one
More.
here.
Cool.
Dear Podcrackers, I would like to know you guys' opinions about pictures and videos recorded vertically with smartphones, commonly shared on social media. And that question was brought to you by D-Wiz. For
I
all
don't-
your Dick Wiz needs.
I don't understand how it happens. It almost feels like the device should inform you that you're doing it wrong.
I don't understand why they haven't made phones that record the non-vertical video when you're holding your phone vertically. It's not that difficult. Just change the sensor, just rotate it 90 degrees so you can record horizontally but holding your phone vertically.
That's a good point. It should only do that.
In fact, the pixel should probably, it was 1920 by 1080. It should just be 1920 by 1920. So you can, no matter which way, it's always the correct way. And then they'll just crop out the pixels that you're not using. So if you hold it on your side, you got 1920 by 1080 because it's not using the other pixels. And you hold it up, 1920 by 1080 because you're not using the other pixels. Make a square sensor.
Who the fuck cares?
What?
Don't
What?
you? I do. So if you're watching a video on YouTube, you're fine with
the
basically
black bars
here.
Wow, what
Yeah,
an interesting
yeah,
thing that happened. You're
yeah,
fine
yeah.
with that?
Yeah, you know why? Because everything that's filmed in that format is fucking retarded. Who the fuck cares? It's not a movie. It's just somebody's
You're like,
fucking cat
this is-
taking a shit on their dog's face. I don't need that in high fidelity. I don't give a damn. Who cares?
You're like, in
It's
fact,
obvious
it's a
people are gonna
badge.
do that.
It tells me that this is a shit video.
It's worthless to give a fuck about.
It's a
because
clue.
You know that your average person doesn't even You said 1920 by 1080. They don't know what the fuck that means. Is that a planet in outer space? They don't fucking know. They're not gonna try to do this. They don't give a shit. They don't know what they're doing.
It just sucks when it's something more important than a fucking cat video.
Unless
When it's like
like
an actual historic
Chinese factory
event.
exploding and people are.
Well, no, I mean, like, there's been
They should
plenty
run,
of
maybe.
historic events where people are around, and none of them fucking bother to fucking turn their phone the correct way. Like maybe there's an assassination or something that's like very newsworthy. I don't know. I'm making shit up.
I want to watch the
everything
cat
is
shit on the
vertical
dog's
video.
head now. Why did the dog just sit there?
I need that in high fidelity. I need that in 1080p.
I'm just saying. There's no point in giving a shit about it unless we are going to do what Good said and actually force people to prevent people from recording in vertical format.
I think we
They
should.
just can't do it, no matter how they hold the phone. It's because you're not going to get people to stop doing that. So, because this is just how they hold their phone. So naturally, they just hit the record button, and it's already like this. They don't care.
They should. It fucked my head up whenever Vine required that you hold your phone that direction. You couldn't do a
Well,
Vine.
yeah, but-
Vine was always square. I didn't expect that.
Yeah, they forced it to be square. Yeah, so they kind of, in their case, it didn't matter which way you held it, even though they forced you to hold it vertically.
Yeah.
The end result would be the same.
Nico's
My
murdering
dogs are
someone. the camera police are here. They disagree
Yeah.
with your point of view. Wow. At least me and Chad are
Yeah.
human beings in this
Yeah, at
podcast.
least, yeah. I mean, and there are some
I am
situations.
too. I don't like it. I didn't say I like it. I just said I don't give a shit.
You
I
should
don't
shit.
give a shit.
Now I do give a shit, and there is a reason that some vertical videos should exist, and that's in apps that share video where the app is normally vertical, like in Snapchat, right? Like if I'm recording a Snapchat video, I actually hate it when someone records a Snapchat video on its side, because I'm sitting here looking at the app, clicking through my stuff. It's like, there's something. Oh, I gotta look at that on this side, and then you go back and everything else is vertical. It seems like if the app is vertical video is okay, unless you're on YouTube. YouTube's app is not fucking vertical video.
You're typing that in, not even in the podcast chat, Co. Everyone else is like talking about one thing, and you're just like, "Here I come with some information." That's great.
I didn't even see
Okay,
that.
well, it's gone now. It's fine.
Let's move on to the next
Special
question.
message.
Next question. Hey, by the way, just warning. I haven't actually read your question because I'm super dyslexic, but it seems like it's written well English. So
Well, English. Well, it certainly wasn't spoken in it.
there you go.
That's English.
Hard Truck number 1 says, "Yellow Mindcracker and guests. On the subject of mobile games, I think the touchscreen technology is going to have to get a lot better than what it is being offered in today's market. Because on, are you sure this has been well English?
I don't know. I don't know.
Because on most smartphone that have multi-touch screen technology for things like viewing photos and web pages, etc., the technology does not, however, work well with mobile games and require you to have 2 or more fingers on the screen at the same time during gameplay. For this reason, my question is, when and how do you think touch technology will evolve? Thank you for answering. Happy holidays."
Okay. Sorry about that. I'd like to apologize.
No, it was fine. I just made sure to get all the grammatical errors since you said it was so well written.
Well English.
You know, I bought Don't Starve for the iOS a couple days ago.
You're gonna answer that question?
And
What was the question?
Basically, like touchscreen technology.
I think it's fine. That was what I was going to say. Is I played Don't Starve for like 6 hours on my iPad yesterday, and I touched around just fine. Picked up the sticks and did the thing. And then I got died to a fucking tree guard because playing on iOS is stupid.
Because of touchscreen technology?
No, because trying to click around and run away from a tree guard and hit the tree guard with your fingers is you need a mouse and a keyboard for that shit. So I'm never playing that game again.
Well, how do you right click? Do you use 2?
When do you ever right click, and what do you mean?
With a shovel, like if you're trying to pick up a thing.
Oh.
I guess you just use the same thing.
Yeah, and a shovel just picks shit up. That's all shovel does.
Yeah. If you have the shovel equipped, just shovel shit whenever you click it.
Yeah. Okay. Things like planting. That's an example. So when you plant something instead of dropping it on the ground, like a pine cone, that is a right click. And for that, whenever you let go of the pine cone, it gives you a little dialogue, and you have to tap again and choose which one you want.
Gotcha.
Plant or pick up.
Gotcha.
When do you think touchpad will become keyboard mouse?
Never.
I don't think touchscreens are bad though. Are they bad?
I think the game has to be developed specifically for a touchscreen.
Yeah, but the shit works. Like you touch and it works, right? Like,
what do you think your daughter like? She's grown up where everything is touch, right?
Well, that's the fucked up thing is you're in the mall or something and there's like a monitor and it's got like words on it. She's touching them. Like, why this not work? Like,
yeah, why is this not contextual? What the fuck?
Yeah.
She says that sentence.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do you think that she's gonna prefer
Came out
a touch?
She said that the first words
Yeah. Why is this not contextual? What the fuck?
popped out. Why this not contextual? What the fuck?
You're like, can you say daddy? He's like, no.
It's not contextual, you fuck. Is what she said
Yeah,
in response to that. Well, have you ever watched a little kid play fucking Minecraft? Remember at PlayOnCon while all these kids are playing Minecraft on their iPads, and it's just like they're really fucking good at it. Like, how do you do that? Like, so maybe it's.
It sounds so old. How do you do that?
It blows me away to watch a kid play Minecraft on an iPad and be really good at it. Like, I don't know, because I try to play.
Have like one option, you really get good at that option.
I guess you're right. Like, that's really what it is.
Like if you were one of those poor kids who was relegated to like a trackball mouse that their dad wanted to use, then you play first-person shooter games with your thumb on that fucking ball.
Right. I mean,
was that
do you think that given the option? Yeah, it sounds like there's some deep.
No, not for me. You go to a friend's house, you see this fucking trackball mouse, you're like, what the fuck is that?
My cousin preferred it.
On the bottom.
Preferred it for Warcraft. It was his computer. He got to choose, and he chose that. And I watched him play Warcraft with it, and like he was really fucking good at it. So it was another one of those moments like watching the kid on the iPad with the Minecraft. It's like, how the fuck are you so good at using that little ball?
like whenever you bring it up, there's a lot of people who are like, "Yes, I preferred that. That was better." They're really adamant about it.
They still make those.
They're really wrong, but they're
They're incorrect.
I don't think that they might still get made, maybe. But you remember they were like fucking super common in the early days of computers. Like everybody was making trackball mice. That was the alternative to a regular mouse. But obviously, one format won over the other.
I still feel like mice can get
Walmart
better, right? Like mice are still not where they need to be. I don't think.
Aren't they?
I don't think so. I feel like I don't know. Maybe I just haven't ever had the right mouse. Like I'm still picking my mouse up and moving him around. Like I especially like
that's sensitivity. I mean,
but that's the thing is, I don't want super high sensitivity, but I need to get from monitor fucking in the other room to this monitor over here. Now that I have so many monitors, like I mean, this is a silly thing to have a problem with. But I don't know. There's probably a way. Maybe it's not the hardware. Maybe this is on the software side where I don't know.
Well, I mean, you have a lot of customization available to you. There's acceleration. You can have a different sensitivity in your desktop than you do in games or something. I like, I've got.
Can you do that?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I mean, it's
like a Windows
setting. Set the sensitivity, and
yeah,
Windows has mouse settings, and this mouse that I use, which is the same one as Justin, he recommended it basically, but it's got a button on the bottom, this little light here, and then I can, if I want to change the sensitivity for, like I said, I use a really low sensitivity for games because then you get more, precise aiming. But on my desktop, I don't like that, so then I hit the button and put it back to,
Right.
It's
weird the button is on the bottom. It's weird you have to pick up your mouse to do a thing.
That is weird. I mean, I've had other mice where it's like on the top behind the mouse wheel, stuff like that.
Exactly.
I think the intention for that was that you would never bump it.
Yeah.
And actually, in use, it's like I don't ever have to touch it most of the time unless it's like I'm going into a game or I'm exiting a game. So, it feels okay.
All right.
I think the mouse is a pretty well explored piece of technology.
You think it'd ever change?
I think the only thing that really would be different would be wherever we end up going with VR.
Right, and AR.
Yeah, because like gestures.
Yeah.
Could be pretty different, and maybe better. And in VR, you kind of wave wands around. You wave wands around. And yeah, it's real good.
How quick
maybe
do you
the combination of that with gestures, right? So that you have more, like you have the use of your digits in these virtual worlds would be pretty crazy.
How quickly do you think we'll go from where we're at right now with all these fucking monitors and shit sitting on our desk to just a visor, AR?
That would be. I think that has a really strong future. Like I think that's what's going to happen because it just makes all this impractical.
Right. I'm saying how quickly. I know. I mean, I definitely think that's where we're going.
How quickly?
Yeah.
I don't know. Probably not quickly.
Such a shame.
I don't think a visor. I think setting something on your head, like even these headphones, kind of get annoying after a while. I think that it should be something that you sit down and it's there. You don't have to set anything on your face.
See, I disagree because I want it to be mobile like me. Like I want to be able to get up.
I'm a mobile person.
Yeah.
I need a mobile solution.
Right.
You can use it like either way, though. Really, you don't have to wear it around. You could sit at your desk, put it on, and there you go.
I'm sure that there's going to be a visor solution.
Well, there is something to that weird reality of both VR and AR where I think that best example is you could buy a 70 or 80-inch television and buy a mount and screw the mount into your wall and put the mounts on the back of the TV and mount that on the fucking wall and then hook up all the cables, blah, 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 blah. Or you can go into your VR theater where you just put a headset on your head. You don't have to own a giant TV. You don't have to install a giant TV. You just go and watch movies on what feels still the same as an 80-inch television or whatever, or bigger or whatever. You could feel like you're in a real theater at home. But then with the AR, it's interesting because that really replaces having to buy the TV. Like you can sit on your couch, you have a blank wall in front of you, but then you put on your AR headset, and your whatever you're watching is projected onto the wall in front of you,
Right.
and it feels like you're watching a huge television. So why bother to have the huge television?
That's what I want. I want that in my life so bad. I want HoloLens to get there right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the most
Like it's like
interesting thing to me that like conveys how it would be used in the home. Like why not do that? But I think people will not really want to give up the TV as well. I think people will still be resistant to that. I feel a little bit resistant to
God. Like I can't wait to get rid of everything. Like I like other than like the physical things I need to sit on. Like it was so great to like plop down a little clock on my desk in AR. Like it was fantastic. I loved my little clock on my desk.
Yeah. Well, you have
I
to
don't have a
understand.
clock right now. I have to go buy one from Amazon.
You have
It's
to
not as good.
understand that there's definitely something. It's a tough change for people. Like, I mean, look at me clinging to all this old technology that's should be gone and is antiquated and nobody uses anymore. But I derive some sort of enjoyment from this crap, and like you have your example of the like just plop a clock on your desk, a virtual clock. What if that is the future of this AR stuff? If it gets down to where we have like replacement eyes or contacts, like you can just put contacts on your eyes and they give you the HoloLens experience or whatever it is, and it becomes widespread. Is that possibly the future of owning things? Like, what if you just don't own things anymore? Like, you just have virtual things, or you own virtual things. Like, so everything that's on
Quote,
your
own.
virtual desk, right? Quote unquote own.
That's
kind
my
of like how
biggest
I
worry.
feel with digital games versus physical ones. It's like I own these.
Like my biggest
I can
worry
always get these.
is that that's what it's gonna come down to, where you have to still buy the TV, right?
Right, you buy the virtual TV
Yeah.
that you watch on your wall. Like
Yeah.
you have to buy a 70-inch viewing
Yeah,
thing,
yeah.
or
Fuck
an
that.
80-inch
Like that's not
viewing
what I
thing.
want. Like that is my worry. Is
That's a
that
dangerous
Right.
possible reality. But if it's all software and it's hackable, it seems like that would be a tough one for them to pull off without people totally getting around that very
Yeah.
easily.
I think
Yeah.
that once also this becomes something that is every day, where it is something that you can just go buy some lenses and throw in your eyes, and it becomes life. I really think that our definition of who owns digital objects is going to have to become a lot more rigid, because there's so many things that there's stories of you buy a DVD and it comes with a digital copy. Well, that digital copy is actually DRM'd and can expire if the publisher makes some other deal and gives some exclusive to someone else. And so you actually don't own that digital copy. You are basically renting or leasing that digital copy. And I think that needs to become a lot more defined when we start getting into things like this that are just like absolutely that you're starting to replace the essentials in your life with things that you might not own permanently.
Essentials?
Well, I mean essentials. It's like but at some point, like some things that you don't think are essential become essential, like telephone. It's like that's not really a quote essential thing, but nowadays it basically is. Telephone companies have to run lines to everyone if they want one, and I feel like the internet will get there eventually, and maybe that might even creep into
Needs to be
what
there
we
now.
consider luxuries, like some form of info stream, or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I also feel like there's going to be like, because I've a friend of mine got a 3D printer, and it's been fun to kind of see it and play around with it. But yeah, the question of who owns this digital file that I'm now going to make physical is a really big question. And you could do things like 3D print guns or 3D print action figures from video games or cartoons that that the creator didn't get a license to do.
Did you go to
Like
CES this
that.
year?
Yeah.
Did you see the
Yeah.
3D printed car there?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That was kind of neat.
Yeah. Exactly. Now, there's a point where I feel like 3D printing just doesn't make like I've heard people like 3D print a house, and at some point it's like it's kind of easier actually to bring the parts and set the parts together and nail them together than it is to try to set up this big rig that's like permanent for like multiple days and then have that thing move around and create this thing. At some point, I'm kind of like, no, traditional manufacturing may actually be the best way to use this here. But yeah, I mean, I feel like 3D printing we are in the command line computer era of 3D printing. We're in the 70s when it comes, like, if you think of computers as a analogy, is like we're in the 70s when it comes to computers with 3D printing, where you can only do plastic, you can only do one color at a time. There's a few printers that can do multiple colors. There's a few printers that can do other products, but I feel like that is going to become more and more and more mainstream and more detailed and a lot more materials. Not just plastics. You're going to get metals. You're going to get
Well, you can 3D print metal, but like you said, it just takes. There's not the common 3D printers you buy.
Right.
I have a feeling that, like a lot of other sort of looming technologies that have come and become normal, that right now it looks like a crazy problem that's nobody's gonna be able to make sense of and whatever. Like, you're talking with the rights and who owns what and so on and so forth.
Right.
But we have this weird sort of equilibrium that we fall into, I feel, where we just sort of end up living with it without ever solving the problem. Does that make sense? Like, let's take music, for example. We never solved that. We didn't solve that problem. Anybody at any moment can get any song they want almost immediately for free. Right now.
I feel like they made it's a lot more difficult now, though, right?
No, it's not. Not at all more difficult.
I don't know. I feel like whenever I was in high school, I could Google and then click 2 links and get the song. Versus now, when you Google to try to download something, you're probably gonna end up with malware before you end up with a song.
Google Pirate Bay music.
But that's because they know that
name of the song or name of the album, torrent, go. Well, you had to know it back then too, though. You had to know what you were looking for.
Nowadays, when it comes to music, like, I could steal all of it, but I don't.
Right.
I subscribe to Spotify or I subscribe to.
Well, the answer has been charging reasonable prices and making it accessible. Like, that's the thing. That's the reason that people would go to a Napster or some other thing, was because I want MP3s. It's not accessible. There no store is selling it. I'd have to go to a music store and buy an album and rip it and whatever. So, and I don't want the whole album either. I want just the hit song, and then they're making me pay $16, $17 for this whole fucking album I don't want. Blah, 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 blah. Napster was way easier and way more affordable. But then iTunes came along, and you could buy the exact song you want for 99 cents. And it's a file on your computer that you can listen to whenever you want. Now, it was DRM, but it was easy enough that your average consumer was like, I'll pay 99 cents. Because paying 99 cents was easier and more palatable than going through the effort of like, okay, I'm going to find a torrent site and, whatever. Like, people won't just steal. Ow. Owie, guys. Ow. I talk with my hands too much. People won't just steal things all the time, no matter what. I mean, some people will, but for the most part, when you've got that situation, I think most people would be fine with buying something or whatever, as long as it's It's reasonable as long as you make it easier than stealing.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, I guess that's kind of what I meant by it's harder. Is I feel like back then Napster was super easy, and you did not worry about constant malware like on some sites, and like even like your banner ad, like you need to make sure you have an ad blocker and before you go to Pirate Bay and things like that, because who knows what what pop-ups and shit's gonna happen. I feel like those sites are like it's like almost like going and getting a hooker or something. It's like you had to go to shady part of town, versus you know what I'm saying. Like instead of going to down to the store,
Sure.
I don't know,
Sure.
you're shopping
Yeah,
in
I
a
think
shady part of town.
I think it's just another one of those things that's hard to measure because I would say that user savviness about that kind of stuff has increased in the meantime as well, along with it. So I mean, sure. I mean, it does make sense that if it also, while it also became easier to buy the music that you want, it may have also become a little bit harder to just steal it too. It certainly is a lot more complicated these days than just downloading, Napster or Kazaa or whatever. What was that one? Fucking eDonkey or I didn't use that one.
Emule.
Emule, eDonkey.
E-donkey. It really kicks the donkey's ass.
LimeWire, or
Yeah,
whatever.
LimeWire,
All those
God,
fucking
I use
things.
LimeWire.
Yeah. I mean, initially it was downloading it off of a website, and it's just gotten more complicated ever since. But yeah. So I think with 3D printing and all these digital rights, things like that, I think it's always going to be a sort of thing that we just fall into, and we just sort of reach sort of a weird equilibrium of like, well, technically anybody could steal any of this anytime they want, but we just don't because we find something that works well enough.
Yeah, I feel like Amazon's going to get in the 3D printing business. I'm surprised they don't already have their own 3D printer that they sell.
Oh God, it'd be awesome
Right.
for like electronic parts or anything like that, where you can just like, yeah, I need a couple of capacitors, you know.
Right. Like I know Mattel made one where you can, and then they license out. You can print Mattel toys basically with their 3D printer.
Yeah, I think that model's going to fall on its face. I think that's the capitalist dream would be that you could have your own store. Like Mattel would exclusively sell all their toys through a 3D printing process. You just print the toy at home, like some kind of idealist capitalist future.
Yeah.
But I just don't think that that's going to be
I tell you, man,
feasible.
If Lego sold a Lego 3D printer and you could buy the sets and it would print the fucking blocks for me, I'd be all
They
over
would go
that
out of
shit.
business.
Why?
They would go out of business because you could just print your own fucking Legos all of a sudden. And
Well, yeah, somebody would
what's the
hack
point
it, I
anymore?
guess. But I mean, if Lego sold me a 3D printer and then they sold, I would buy the sets. I wouldn't buy the sets for the same price that I would buy them already printed.
Yeah,
But
I think that's the real threat of 3D printing is that it could annihilate society, the structures as we know them today. I mean, if you can just boil it all down to a 3D schematic and print your own fucking Legos or print, your own fucking anything, and you really don't need the company anymore. You don't need them to get your new Lego sets. Someone designs their own Lego sets online. They design their own new Lego parts, and you can pick and choose from whatever and just print your own. Like, they don't need to be involved. They don't need to have anything to do with it. They can't really stop people from doing it. Stuff like that is, I think, a possible reality too, where basically the only companies that'll be left are the companies that make 3D printers and the materials you use to print things.
right.
Just have that piped to your home. It'll be a utility. Your 3D printer
Fucking
utility.
3D printer powder,
Yeah.
yeah. Did you see Amazon has been working on this mobile warehouse blimp thing?
Oh my fuck.
No.
They're insane. They are absolutely fucking
Yeah.
insane.
Let me Google this so I can fucking put it in the doc.
This is bonkers. Mobile warehouse blimp.
So they're going to make a blimp that has Amazon products in it.
It's not like a
And
blimp.
ship
It's
them.
like, did you find it, Ko?
No. Oh, hold on.
Yeah, here it is.
I need to go to my door real quick. Be right back.
His Amazon's
Okay.
package is here. All right, there it is.
Flying patent for a flying warehouse. Holy shit.
Yeah. For their drones. So it'd have a drone fleet, and basically the blimp's got all the shit on it, and the little drones fly out of the blimp and bring you your shit to your house. They can. The idea is like, let's say the Super Bowl is coming up. They station a blimp over the Super Bowl, and they can bring in whatever you need. Like you're in the parking lot and you need whatever, then here comes your drone with your whatever.
Weird. That's so crazy. This doesn't seem practical at all. Like the amount of products, it's like, oh, here's a feather in this blimp. We can ship feathers out of here, and we can also ship lighter than air helium out of this blimp. Like, I can't imagine the weight. I guess if you think of a normal like Goodyear blimp, it has people and metal and all sorts of shit in there.
Like it says, the plan is that smaller airships will be constantly restocking it. They bring personnel and supplies from the ground, as well as carrying away waste. People on the ground use their computers to browse items currently floating over their heads and order them whenever they want.
So they're gonna start this evil, creepy flying Amazon empire thing.
Right, like it wouldn't, like, for instance, like, I mean, it's like
Imagine
Prime now.
Becoming the Cloud City.
I'm imagining it with like Matrix tentacles that are going like. Actually, I just got my Prime now.
Oh yeah. See, oh, look at that. That thing's the tiniest
That's
little
so
box.
Awesome.
Yep, finally got my fucking hands on one of these motherfuckers.
Unboxing.
It's so tiny. Yeah, but like, for instance, Prime Now, that's not available where I live, right? So the same thing. There wouldn't be a blimp anywhere near where I live, but you know, any big event like a Woodstock type event type of thing, they bring their
fly a blimp. Oh, that's
what I'm saying.
Really cool.
Yeah, they get it there ahead of time.
What
and
if there's a product release? They're like, the blimp is sponsored by the new Echo Dot.
Right.
It would be so cool.
Oh, is that a poster? That'd be awesome if that's a poster. Look
Your
at
poster.
It's so tiny.
It right there.
It's adorable.
Little itty bitty. He's a little baby. Oh,
Little baby in here.
So didn't they?
Baby.
Can't you crack that and like get more games or something like that?
Yeah, they hacked it now.
It only was a matter of time. That is
How do you,
so adorable.
How do you hack it? Like, what do you have to do exactly?
You well, it's got a USB port on the back.
Okay.
And so you can like I guess you just flash it.
Why does it have a USB port on the back?
The power.
Oh, the power. See, that's where they
They're able
fucked
to use
up.
it for data. That's where they fucked up. Yeah.
Well, you know what's funny is I think that I heard that they released some source code that, you know, they used some open source stuff, so they were required to release a few bits of source code. But I think they basically showed people how to crack it.
So itty bitty and cute.
Set it on top of the old one behind you.
Oh yeah.
It's like a little baby brother. Oh,
That is so
Oh my
tiny.
God.
Jesus.
it's tiny.
Man, can you imagine just the only thing you get to do with a time machine is go back and take someone one of those. Just blow
Show
their
them.
fucking mind.
Show them the future.
Oh yeah, by the way, it has all of the NES games ever made on it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
not
we
this
think of
one.
this
This
as a
one
little
has 30.
toy. This is a piece of shit compared to what we actually have.
That's full size though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, you-
that's awesome.
I wonder
Now,
if that
I heard that the
feels
cord is
this-
really short.
the same.
It is. Yeah. It is. It's a short cord. If
Yeah,
it
do
feels the
buttons
same, I don't
feel
know.
the same?
Actually, I've heard that it does because it's basically pretty much based off the exact same original mold and everything.
Right.
Like I bought a USB one
Feels
for
the
my
same.
computer and it does not feel the same.
Yeah, it depends on who you get it from. But yeah,
That looks so cool.
let me get rid of the little cable or the little twist tie here. And it is not long.
No, that's a
Not-
short-ass
not very
cord, Jesus.
long, yeah.
Huh.
But it is real nice. It's just like an original Nintendo controller. I probably have one.
Yeah, it felt like it. Just that little bit of that I heard, like that brings back memories. What?
I don't know. I recognize
Playing-
that sound.
I recognize that Plastic on plastic sound.
Oh man.
Where's your controllers go?
What's that?
I said, where are your controllers?
I don't have like an original NES one. The only ones that I have out are the old dog bone controllers. But you can see how much cable there is there for that.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Real
yeah.
long. Yeah.
Yeah. That back in those days, you don't want to sit too close to the TV, otherwise you're gonna get eye cancer.
Eye cancer. I was never told eye cancer.
No, I made that up.
Yeah, go blind.
It's bad for your eyes.
That's adorable, man.
It's so
Yeah, that is a really short cord.
Yeah. I don't know what they were thinking with that.
Yeah,
some
that's as far
companies
as it goes.
I think some companies have made wireless versions of this already, though, that work with
really?
this.
Oh, that's cool.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And that's it.
I guess they thought that
go
since the
for
thing
that.
is so tiny, you can just set it on your lap. Doesn't matter how long the cord is.
Oh, no, wait, it does come with... Right, yeah, exactly. Right? Let's have a really long HDMI cable.
Yeah.
Right.
It does come with a little USB power adapter. Well, it looks like it does come with an HDMI cable and such as well.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know. Maybe I might get one. They're just also just adorable just to have around. Like,
Yeah,
look at my
yeah.
little
Actually,
NES.
for that same reason, I want to get the mini Famicom.
Oh.
Which the mini Famicom actually has two controllers attached to it because it's like just like the original. So rather than having detachable controllers like ours,
You like set it in.
yeah, they're permanently
That's
connected
cool.
to it.
I guess
least I think
you
so.
couldn't set them in because the size is not the same.
Right, the size won't be the same. No, actually, the controllers are a little itty bitty.
Oh no
Yeah.
way!
Yeah,
Oh,
I think
that's
so.
adorable.
that's weird. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
That's weird. I don't like it.
I hate it. It's awful.
Okay, moving on. My question is kind of dumb, so maybe we should just end the podcast.
Yeah, we can end it here. That's good.
Thanks everybody for watching. Make sure you subscribe. Mindcracklp.com/podcast is a place to go for all the links: RSS, iTunes, YouTube, and you can also submit questions. We love answering your questions. We don't love reading your questions. They've been really shit lately. Actually, no, just kidding. So if you could give us some great questions, we would really, really appreciate it. Mindcracklp.com/omgcraft. You win
Wait, what?
recognition. Recognition
What'd you
is
call
what
it?
you win.
Minecraft.com
You win.
You call this
OMG
OMG
crap.
OMG Craft. Yeah.
Did I?
Yeah, that's
Yep.
not
We
anything.
gotta
that
start
that goes
over now.
nowhere. Let's start the podcast over.
Start the podcast. You're kidding. Did I say that?
Yep.
Yep.
Well,
I'm going to have to go back to the tape. Watch it. Mindcracklp.com/podcast.
podcast.
Did I say that before? That is weird. Mindcracklp.com/podcast.
The self-promotion's out of control.
Right? All right, we'll
Stop
see you guys.
plugging your shit, Chad. And see y'all later. Bye.
Bye.